Oh, somebody's got to
I'm just
Google
waiting.
Home. Tell them something.
I'm waiting for Justice Computer to say it is now 8. No, what would it say? 5 p.m.
No, this is my computer. I don't do that nonsense.
Oh, okay. So figured I gotta get that. Hey man, so we are live. So welcome to Geeking Out on a Tuesday on a Thursday. Yeah, no, we got a little special episode going on because this Tuesday was not going down, but we all decided we could still get on. So if you care, please, not go to other things that are live. But if we can please go ahead and share on your Facebook or on the YouTube pages because we are live on Facebook and YouTube. And I am trying to find. There we go. Look at that, Flacco. I appreciate that, man.
I got to figure out the YouTube one now.
Share. Post. Boom. All right, man. So we're up and going, and let's go. Let's go. Let's go. All right. So tonight we're gonna have some very interesting conversations. Let's see here. We are gonna start off
Everything
talking about Boba Fett. So, I gotta say, man, let's talk Boba Fett. I'm hoping that my man Ray is gonna join us in the comments. Let's see here. Is this? Am I in? I think so. All right. So
that's probably one of the worst questions you could ask yourself, my man.
Oh, first let's go ahead and do introductions because I almost forgot about that. So coming from the A, my man, who is the multi-award winning, I get to say that now because as of I think today, he is the multi-award winning director. That director, Ty. How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. I'm excited. I literally got the news that Nagging Rights won maybe 10 minutes before we went live. So that was a really good surprise. I wasn't expecting that. So I'm excited about it.
Yeah, man. Congratulations. I'm happy.
Thank you.
Do I get to say I worked on that? Because I did a little, tiny bit.
Yeah, absolutely. You're a part of it.
Woo!
Post show.
There we go. All right. And make them laugh. Thank you for sharing. Daniel Garcia says, congratulations on winning that award. All right. Coming up next from the West Side, we've got the two one of the most amazing couples you're ever going to meet. That is Jess and In the Hat. And she laughed at that. Wow.
He laughed too, though. He laughed too. He snarked. So, hey, y'all, glad to be here. Hello.
It's good.
And then we got my man coming back. It's been a little bit, but I'm so happy to have you back on, man. My man Roz, how you doing?
What's up, guys? Doing great. Glad to be here. Thanks for having me back.
Yeah, thank you for coming back. And of course, I couldn't talk anything in the Star Wars universe without my Star Wars expert, my man Flacco. What's good, man?
Yo, what's up?
All right, Flacco, man. So let's talk Boba Fett, bro. So Boba Fett, are you digging it? We're 4 episodes in. How are you feeling about the show?
I'm liking it, man. I'm liking it a lot. It's as somebody who came more from the extended universe than just the movies and stuff like that, like learning and reading all the books or whatnot, it's tying in a lot of the extended universe back into the show and into Boba Fett's lore. So I'm definitely liking that. I also like the if you pay really close attention, you watch Mandalorian season 1 and part of season 2, you'll see a lot of the same stuff happening at the same time in Boba Fett and a Mandalorian. So some of that was pretty cool. I'm definitely liking it though. I mean, Boba Fett's Boba Fett. He's that dude.
All right. So far Flacco is liking it. Next up, I'm gonna go with my man Roz. Roz, how you feeling, Boba?
Oh, I'm feeling great. I think Boba is a dog shit show. I think it's one of the worst things on Disney Plus right now. I think the cinematography is crap. That chase scene in the 3rd episode was one of the most boring things ever. It was definitely Robert Rodriguez quality production. Man, that guy knows how to stretch $10,000 because that's what that episode looked like it was done with. The dialogue isn't good. The framing isn't good. The way that they keep doing the flashbacks doesn't feel so great. The way they kind of did away with the Tuskens after building them up and giving us some kind of background felt like kind of like fridging them, we're going to kill them and give this guy some kind of motivation. Felt really tropey. a lot of the show is really tropey. But anyway, guess that's how I feel.
I was like, okay, so you told us how you really feel. Ty, that director Ty, how you feel?
I feel similarly to Roz, man. I feel like, well, for one thing, I feel like episode 4 should have been episode 1, because we already knew that he was going to meet up with Fennec Shand and all that fun stuff. And so kind of starting there and building from that, I feel like is the better way to go. And quite honestly, that was the more interesting of the 4 episodes. Episode 4, the first 3, oh my gosh, I was like, what are we watching? Why are we watching this? This is so bad, because it's like, I get it. There's a lot of lore surrounding Boba Fett, and like Flacco, I did know about him from the extended series, legacy stuff. But in those stories, that dude is like phenomenally awesome. And then you come into watching this show, and just like, he's kind of like a little peacock. He's like, oh, I'm just showing my stuff, but I don't really do anything, And so I just feel like, it's honestly more of a Fennec Shand show than it is a Boba Fett, because they're building her up and hyping her up and showing how awesome she was. Again, going back to episode 4, when she was taking out basically everybody in the palace, while Boba Fett is struggling with his ship. I feel like they're setting it up so that he's like, okay, I don't really want to be the big bad daimyo, whatever they call it. I'm gonna give it over to Fennec Shand. It's your show. Peace out. That's what it feels like to me. And so
Okay.
I'm kind of disappointed about that.
So we've got 2 people who feel disappointed, and we have one person who is like they're digging the show. Before I go to you, in the hat, it's weird because I just got a message that said we have a special guest that J. Jonah Jameson with the Daily Bugle is going to join us, which is interesting. So we're going to bring in J. Jonah Jameson from the Daily Bugle. Hey, how are you doing? We can't hear you, Jay. You got to unmute.
What is happening?
I don't know, but Jay Jonah, you're muted.
Oh man, that joke would have been amazing if the mic was working.
What?
Jay, you're muted.
You're muted.
He's yelling. Jay, you're muted. We can't hear you.
God damn it, this is all Spider-Man's fault. Why do we not have Spider-Man on Boba Fett? Somehow Spider-Man is responsible for my muted microphone and also the lack of entertainment within Boba Fett. We need Spider-Man on this show to get up the ratings. I mean, we have Power Rangers-like visuals so far. How ridiculous can we go? Well, let's get Spider-Man on and find out.
Jay, I appreciate you, Jay, for coming on, but I don't know why you always bring Spider-Man into it, but I appreciate you for coming. We'll see.
The Disney Extended Universe, man.
The Disney Extended Universe. Okay, so that was a surprise. Hey, in the hat, can you tell us how you feel?
All right, so my opinion is coming from somebody who hasn't read the books and all that, but I'm gonna say this straight up: they made him look like a punk in this series so far. Like he's everything we've seen him in before this, he was this badass assassin. He was known, like people knew not to mess with him. And then we see the show, and he's just like getting like demolished by everyone. Nobody takes him seriously. And then that motorcycle chase scene, that was probably the worst thing I've ever seen Disney do.
I mean, the motorcycle chase scene was to me it was a homage to Back to the Future too. And even slamming into the things was just like manure.
Yeah.
But I got to tell you, I really liked the first 2 episodes. So for me, I really dug the first 2 episodes. I thought they were building into a story. I thought the fact that they made the Tusken Raiders relevant was like pretty cool.
I feel like the flashback was good
I
because
was like,
it gave the Tusken's character.
Yeah, I was like, this is pretty cool. I wonder how this is going to all play out. And then it was just like, I'm like, oh, that was kind of abrupt. And then one thing that I will say about this Mandalorian universe so far is when I watched the first 2 seasons of Mandalorian, it didn't feel like they wasted any time. Like everything felt like it had a purpose. And the last 2 episodes felt like a lot of wasted time. And depending on where the show goes, those first 2 episodes possibly might be a waste of time. Like again, I was feeling the Tusken Raider story, and then it just was nothing. And I'm like,
and that's why I was telling her, like, the Django, or what's the other one? Mandalorian? Definitely a better show.
Yeah,
Definitely a
but
better show.
Absolutely.
Mind you, they've had more time to flesh everything out, but I have not been impressed by what I've seen so far.
I mean, if you think about it, The Mandalorian is the only truly original show that they have. Like, if you think Star Wars universe, Star Wars anything, and even all the shows that they're doing, they all have content that has inspired it before, right? Like Boba Fett had probably a grand total of 20 minutes on screen, if not less than that, in all 3 Star Wars movies. So like what we know about Boba Fett really comes from books and comics and stuff like that, right? So they're trying to make sure that they're not upsetting nobody, but still bringing you a story that's kind of new. Yeah, they did make Boba look like an absolute punk compared to like where you see him in the books. In the books, he trains Jedis on how to hunt like Sith and other people, which is super huge. But that comes years after getting out of the Sarlacc pit and all of that. So I don't know what version of Boba they're trying to do, but thinking about it that way, I like it. Mandalorian.
But I think that's the problem, though, because like in the Mandalorian, he was like this super bad dude. Like he was sitting there kicking butt outside of his costume, and when he got his costume, we're like, oh my gosh, he's so amazing. And so that's kind of where he started. And then we get to this first episode of Boba Fett, and it's just like, oh, we're gonna go backwards.
Yeah, but
I feel like the teaser hyped it up to where this was gonna be like a badass show. Like he was gonna be, taking names and taking over. And then we watched the show, and he's not doing any of that.
No.
People are like, look, nobody takes you seriously, man. They just doing whatever they want.
Yeah, they straight up
Everyone
said
else
last
is trying
episode.
to take your land. Come on, man.
I mean, it's I don't know. I still enjoy it, but it is a weird characterization of who Boba Fett's lore has always been, So like that's
I mean,
to
he
argue
was
with
on
that.
screen.
That's definitely weird.
He was on
Definitely
screen for
weird.
a total. He was on screen for a total of 6 minutes and 32 seconds in the movies.
Yeah,
Like he was a badass in all those scenes.
Yeah, exactly. And then
I mean, like he
and
got
we've
eaten by
regressed.
Sarlacc.
Now we're watching this regressive TV show where it's like old, ready for retirement Boba Fett. I don't want to watch that.
Let's just. I
wonder if it would make sense to recap to go younger with him.
What?
Huh?
His what's the chamber called that he goes?
The Lazarus.
The back
back
to tank.
Yeah, back to tank.
But
It is like the Lazarus pit.
it is. But I'm like, why is it that in all the movies he has the slowest tank of all time? Because like
has to
if
do
Darth
with the-
Vader goes into his tank, he's done within like a few minutes.
Yeah, I mean that's true.
Luke
Like,
was in the
what's
back of the
going
tank
on?
for
You got
one
the blue
screen
lights?
wipe.
Listen, maybe the show will pick up and get better. So
It's
like
like 3 episodes left,
we just gotta wait and we'll see what happens. But maybe the show will pick up and get better. But right now, I also would say I posted in so the Blurs on the Blurs page on Facebook. I went ahead and posted that question and just asked, hey, good. I'm sorry, we're switching up. So we are gonna switch up, getting out of Boba Fett. I posted this question though in the Blur section: is Eternals a good movie? And I think everybody on here, I think everybody on here has seen Eternals. Am I correct in saying that?
Yes.
Okay, so the consensus on the Blurred channel was no, it was not a good movie. But for some reason, J. Jonah Jameson wants to speak on this again. I don't know why. So let's see what he has to say about Eternals.
It is crap, mega crap. I made a better looking visual in my toilet this morning than that movie.
Oh my God.
Oh, Jay, thank you for that. So we now know what J. Jonah Jameson from the Daily Bugle feels about Eternals. In the Hat and Just talk to us. How did you feel about the movie? Is it a good movie or is it a bad movie?
So Martin fell asleep about 3-4 times during the movie, got mad at me because I kept kicking him because he told me to keep him awake if he falls asleep. And I just gave up. This movie was a beautifully shot movie. Cinematography was on point. I mean, they traveled, I feel like, all around the world to get the shots. But from a storyline perspective, the only thing that I was excited about was the ending. And because I heard who I thought I heard, and then it was confirmed. So that's the only reason why I enjoyed this movie. There were certain things where we were discussing how can they participate in a human, element, but they weren't human. So it was like they were trying
How
to
did
push.
they have intercourse without? being humans.
Right. I just don't
Well-
understand. There was multiple things that didn't make sense.
Like they're literally
Maybe
robots.
penises.
How were it, like
I mean, they were
Give a
anatomically
robot a penis.
correct.
you're saying that what was his name? Erisham went out of his way to create these perfect robots. And it was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and add this on there too. You
I mean,
never
I
know.
would.
And then the fact that you got Celestial
Celestials.
that is in the middle of the earth
Yeah.
and no one said anything about it. There were no tsunamis, there were no volcanic eruptions. There was
Yeah.
like that ending was trash. This man said peekaboo out of the cloud and scared the living daylights out of me. I was like, wait a minute now. And that was it. I'm like, wait. And now we having a sword talk to me and it's blade coming through. I'm like, well, where's Wesley Snipes at? Like, what is happening? My anxiety went through the roof after that movie because they were saying, oh, they're waiting on what? Shang-Chi?
Yeah.
They were saying like, oh, Shang-Chi's supposed to play out. And if that one doesn't do good, then we got to push Eternals back. Like they had all this weight on this movie and it was trash.
I'm gonna be real with you. The only
Like-
part about the film that I like was Fastos.
Oh, that was a good part.
I feel like he was the only
Yeah.
character who had a somewhat good story.
Is that the strong one?
No, the black one.
Oh, the
The
gay
science-
one?
yeah.
Oh, yeah. He was really good.
Okay.
Yeah.
That director Ty, hi.
What's up?
I can't wait to hear what you think about this movie.
I think he's going to agree with us.
I do. You know, you said it so eloquently that there's nothing really left for me to add. You know how much I dislike Marvel, right? So this movie is like Captain Marvel's like the very bottom, and then this is like one step above it because it was so bad. And like, there's literally only one good part in this entire movie was when Makari was kicking Icarus's booty on the beach.
Oh, yeah.
That was it.
I feel like
Everything
that
else
was the
was
best
complete.
Easter fight scene ever.
Yeah,
It was
it
what?
that's the best Easter scene ever. I don't know if I can agree with that.
Easter
but it was
fight
definitely,
scene.
yeah, I don't know if I can agree with that, but
What's
it
a
was
better
definitely-
speedster scene?
I don't know. I got to think about it. Yeah, I got to think about it.
Okay.
Maybe one of the Quicksilver scenes from the second X-Men, just because I think it was
with
fun.
the popcorn. That was a good one.
Yeah, that was a good scene.
With the sorry, the thing that with the popcorn, nothing else in there. I just want to say really quick, what's up to Bree? What's going on? Bree jumped in with us and she said that Eternals is beautiful, but there's little story development, and she wished she would have waited to watch it on Disney Plus.
Hi, sister.
And she also said that the sex scene was not that good. I don't know what you posted in the private chat, but I'll look at it later. Flacco, talk to me, man. Like Eternals, tell me something good. Like no, yes, no.
I mean, as always, I went to the movies. I enjoyed it, so there's that. Doesn't mean it's necessarily good, but I enjoyed it. I thought so coming as somebody who doesn't really know much about the comics, I had to look these people up, and I thought Ajax was supposed to be an absolute badass who like hunts like Eternals and Celestials or whatnot, and they gave her the power to heal, and that was it. I was expecting more because apparently a lot of the Eternals' powers like overlap with one another, and they gave Icarus everything and took everything away from everybody else, which was kind of interesting to me. I would have personally probably liked it more as a Disney Plus show. I think they would have given more time for development and like to learn who these characters are, what they've been through, and it would have been a cool little time jumping episode where they go from like when they first got there to like Babylon to like when the Conquistadores came and like all of that. I thought that would have been like a really interesting take on a show. But they didn't do that. They came out with a movie and it was 2 hours and whatever minutes of, I'm not entirely sure exactly what's going on the entire time, but it had cool special effects. And I agree with Bree, like the cinematography and like the settings that they had was absolutely gorgeous. Like the gates of Babylon were amazing. Like the second I saw that, I was like, oh shit, that's the gates of Babylon. And I thought that was gorgeous. So that stuff was cool, but they had a sex scene.
It did.
Yeah.
You don't remember because it was
Was it the logs, like the two logs, like lying on top of one another? Was that what's going on?
no. Hi, Roz.
That was good. That was actually really good. That was a good joke. I liked it. Yeah, that movie.
By the way, I
that
will
was
say,
not.
wait. Before we go to Eternals, I just want to give a shout out to your background because I appreciate you getting the screenshot from that episode of Boba Fett.
Yeah, I thought it would be appropriate.
But go ahead, man. Talk to Eternals.
Man, agreeing with them. I think Chloe Zhao made a beautiful looking movie. It was probably one of the better looking Marvel movies, cinematography. As far as cinematography goes, the plot was plotting. The villain that was played by the Skarsgård kind of went nowhere. Jess mentioned that the planet didn't really react to, she just made enormous mountains of ice that should destroy our planet's ecosystem.
Thank
We
you.
should be underwater. That is
Well, not
you.
even just that. The fact that he came out of the earth, that alone
yes.
should have killed everyone.
What?
And the
Our
Avengers didn't react.
rotation
It's like
is jacked. We're not gonna make it. No, it's just that movie, and they really did not hold back on making Icarus literally look like Superman in every way they could.
He even called it out.
Yeah, even his moment where he loses it and screams and shoots his lasers out. I'm like, oh, Henry Cavill? They couldn't just hire Henry because
Listen, we're saving Henry for a good movie. Okay.
what was the point of this movie? To introduce, we didn't even. Well, everyone's seen it, right? Okay, we got to hear Mahershala Ali in the credits.
That was the best part of the movie.
That was, David will say my favorite part of the Eternals came after the credits, without a doubt. Even watching Jon Snow pick up another, sword didn't do it for me.
Hey, but we got Jon Snow and Rob Snow back together again. So Stark family,
and a lady named Cersei, who they should have just cast.
My thing is they wasted Icarus. They really went to, on the nail and just had him flying to the sun. Because
so you know what though, and Ty and I talked about this. They missed their moment because all they needed to do to make this a little bit better is if when he realized, okay, I effed up, don't go graciously flying into the sun, but if they saw him going in and flashing back the scene what he did to her, and he's just and flash into the sun, the scene would have been way more powerful. Instead, he's just
well, right. You guys saved the day.
Casually just, I'm like, that's it.
He gonna cry when he get to the sun. That's.
I mean, David, you wouldn't be able to hear him screaming on his way to the sun. So,
well, my thing is, if he's
in the movie, he's
an eternal robot, does that mean he survived? Can they survive flying into the sun?
No.
What are they?
They're really weak. I don't think so. They all kind of suck.
The Eternals weren't robots in the comics, right?
Wait, hold on. We have another guest that we're going to bring in.
Lord.
No, it's. I don't know. Hold on. Let me check on Jay. Let me see if Jay's still in the studio. Jay, do you have anything else you want to say about Eternals? Oh, you're on mute again,
He
Jay.
got nothing he wants to say because he's muted. Spider-Man muted him.
Jay, Spider-Man's got you
Spider-Man
again.
is jacking you up tonight, brother.
Spider-Man's got you muted again, Jay.
God damn it, Spider-Man. My question is, why are we talking about Eternals when we could be talking about Spider-Man No Way Home? I am in Spider-Man No Way Home. Therefore, Spider-Man No Way Home is gold. Enough of this Eternals flop. Let's talk about Spider-Man.
Okay, Jay. Thank you very much. I was just curious, and yes. Let's bring somebody else in who's actually seen Eternals.
Yeah.
Nicole. Hey, Nicole is back.
What's up?
Thank you for coming back in. So you saw Eternals,
Thanks for
right?
having me. Yeah, I did. I saw Eternals,
What did you think?
I have nothing new to share. It was boring mostly. I fell asleep in the movie theater.
See, you're not the only one.
It's just, it wasn't. I'll say some of the characters' interactions. I liked Angelina Jolie and Strong Dude. I did enjoy their kind of interaction. He's trying to protect her. He dies. I thought it was interesting how the what were the creatures called, and they became sentient a little bit afterward, after they started to devour some of the Eternals. The Deviants. Yeah. So, interesting, but overall, I could have skipped it, honestly.
I feel like they were a filler.
Yeah.
You know, that storyline I thought was going to go somewhere because I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
he's getting powers.
without them, the movie's not like
Doesn't
the
change.
movie wouldn't have been affected.
We don't need the super guy who was absorbing powers that ended up just getting murdered for no reason at the end. Like have him escape so it can turn into something.
Yeah.
And okay, cool, but it's just he's like, nope, she kills him, and that was the end of that storyline. I was like, well, what's the point?
So hold up, the Deviant or the Eternals are basically like what are those? What was that bad, terrible show with Black Bolt?
Homeboys in Outer Space.
Inhumans. No, Inhumans.
Yeah, so the Eternals were essentially Inhumans.
No.
No.
I guess another take would be because when we were seeing the trailers, they were saying, 5 years ago Thanos came in and snapped the planet, and then they started making fun of like who's gonna take over Avengers. Like I would have loved to see like if did they get snapped or were they there and they still couldn't do nothing about it. So that would have been a more interesting take on it because you've been through all these different things. Now half of the planet is snapped. What you gonna do about it? If you would have took me through that journey, I think I would have a different opinion.
I want to comment on that, Jess. Like,
yeah.
Hold on, there's cops.
Hold on.
Oh,
wait. Who got 5-0 around?
You good? Okay. So early in the movie, they ask, "Hey, why didn't you help us fight, or why didn't you help the humans fight Thanos?" We're not allowed to get involved with the humans because of reasons. The reason they're not allowed to get involved with human conflict is they're trying to maximize the population of humanity. I feel like they would have wanted to intervene in the thing that would cut human population in half. I feel like that's like a pretty glaring issue they just glossed over. Anyway, yeah, I said my piece.
Yeah, I mean, like, just to add on to that, like, so they didn't involve themselves with anything with Thanos, and then the Celestials born like out of Earth, and the Avengers and all these other superheroes didn't be like, "Yo, what the hell is going on right now? Why is there a gigantic head?"
Unless it's their film.
Well, I mean, obviously, for
the world
if it's not their film, they don't give
all these movies have a lot of plot armor. Like, there's lots of plot armor in these movies. Yes. You know what I mean? But like, but that right there just proves to me, like, again, it could have been a TV show, or the movie could have been like something completely different to explore their past, to like show a meetup of the Avengers and these people or whatever. Like they could have touched on so much stuff. Like they could have touched on the Asgardians and how like they went to war with the Asgardians apparently in the comics.
He said Thor was his friend when he was young, and now he like he don't know him. And there you go. That was him.
Yeah, but apparently there was like, again, doing my research, there was like a war between the Eternals and the Asgardians, like freaking 100 billion years ago. That like,
I mean, the cinematic universe doesn't mean anything because Thanos is an Eternal in the comics.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But I mean, technically, they said when they revealed his brother,
and Harry Styles is his brother. What the hell is that?
Harry Styles' brother. Like, are they going to discuss that?
What in the world?
We're about to have a concert here, man. Harry Styles is about to break it down.
Yeah, my friend's 12-year-old daughter. My friend's 12-year-old daughter lost her mind, and I said, apparently, that's who they did that for. All the 11 to 14-year-old girls out there will watch whatever next movie they put out. I don't even know I was like, I don't understand it. Who is that? Like, I don't know who Harry Styles is. And I guess he was like the new kid on the block or something. Like,
he was in One Direction.
Man, you were showing your age, my man.
Yeah.
Damn.
Oh my God. No, I'm not even going to go into that here. I'm not going to say it. Never mind.
Listen. All right. So apparently we have all we all agree that Eternals is not a good movie. Again, on the Blurred's page, overwhelmingly, they are agreeing that it is not a good movie as well. So let's go from something that's not good, because we talked about two things that are pretty to something that is like, wow. And we're going to do a little different. So if you don't see yourself on the screen, I promise you're going to come back in, but just so that it doesn't get too busy. We are going to, well, no, that's too small. We're going to talk about Peacemaker. And I got to tell you, man, Peacemaker is
insane.
A show that if you're not watching, you really should watch. Hold on, wait. Wait. Oh, New Kids on the. I'm sorry. I was like, who is? Oh, New Kids on the Block. I didn't mean to diss them. Hey, Carrie, thanks for joining us, though. And Carrie, you never answered in the chat if you thought Eternals was good or bad, so you still got to put your answer in there. So let's talk Peacemaker, because Peacemaker is like a show that you should be watching. And my first question, oh damn it, I'm sorry, everybody. This person is coming back in again. So J. Jonah Jameson, please let us know how you feel about Peacemaker.
Next to Mysterio, Peacemaker is the greatest hero of our time. Enough said.
Thank you very much, J. Jonah Jameson.
Wow.
Awesome. Jess and M the Hat, you have seen the first 3 episodes. Ooh, yeah. Carrie says Eternals is blah. You've seen the first 3 episodes of Peacemaker. So what are your thoughts so far? Actually, let me ask you a different question. We're going to change this up. Who's your favorite character?
I don't think I have one yet. I haven't really seen anything where I'm like, yo. And plus, what's up with John Cena being in his underwear and like everything he does? I feel like every movie, every TV show, at one point there's a scene of this man dancing around in his whitey tighties.
So I do have a favorite character. It is Peacemaker. I think when the show first opened, can we talk about that?
Sure.
So the actual intro of the dance moves. So we're celebrating In the Hat's birthday, and we're watching the show, and I'm like, okay, I know I had a few drinks, but are they dancing? Like, is this a whole situation? And I'm not talking about just like, twists and turns. Like, it's 5, 6, 7, 8. It's lifts. It's just amazing, and it's just like pure John Cena and his silliness, right, coming to life. But I think the story is going to be a classic. I think some of the actual story has scared me too, just from his dad and the White Dragon, and just how they put that whole scene together was pretty scary just to watch it come to life.
Okay.
Yeah,
Nicole, who's your sorry. Go ahead in that.
I was gonna say his father was a lot worse in the comics, so I don't know if they're gonna go that far, because James Gunn does tend to push the line sometimes, but we'll see.
By the way, I just want to know what James Gunn, like how he said, hey man, so hey, all you amazing actors, come here. This is the way we're going to actually start the show. We're going to need you to. Like, what would that conversation look like? Like really, James? Like John, I know would be like, yeah. Like,
yeah,
the rest of
them
like, Nicole, do you have a favorite character?
I do. Aside from Eagly, because I just love the idea of an eagle flying around, just doing the things. I mean, he hugged him, for goodness sakes. It just doesn't really get better than that. Right. But I would say, I think right now it's Adebayo. And I think why? Because I feel like she is great at manipulation, which we saw later on, right, in the episodes. But I feel also that she's being manipulated, she's by her mom. And I see it, obviously she's starting to feel some sort of way too by everyone talking smack about her consistently. And I feel like she didn't really know what she was getting into. And her mom just kind of threw her to the wolves, really. I mean, she's never shot anybody, and you're throwing her at this mission. And, so I think it's going to be interesting to see how she evolves, in the series.
Very cool. Okay, so
quick question: do we really know anything about her though? Because I feel like she has a deeper history than has been revealed yet.
The only thing they revealed is that she's Amanda Waller's daughter.
Okay, because I feel like Amanda Waller's not going to have a daughter or a kid who isn't trained in everything.
Well, they said that she has these talents, but she also admitted that was the first time she'd shot anybody. I mean, we don't know if that's true, but
we are only talking about the first 3 episodes.
Oh,
hi, Roz. Who's your favorite character?
Eagly was already taken, but it is definitely Eagly. Outside of Peacemaker, there's really no one else that I really do enjoy how they're framing Adebayo's character, who is original to the show, which I like. I like that they're just creating new stuff. Vigilante is just the worst, but in the best way. I love to watch that dude get absolutely abused. It's just heartwarming. But everything about the show was unexpected and enjoyable in every way. It from, like you said, the opening credits just shocked me, and it's been a pleasant ride the entire way through. And it's a lot more rated R than I expected it to be.
Facts.
Like
It's Tim Gunn going nuts. He got the
they gave also the
WB
budget
just
is
told him to make a
huge.
show.
There's so much CGI on the show. Like the Eagle is like really good CGI. This is a very expensive
Really
show.
great.
Completely unexpected.
Oh goodness. Okay, well hold on. Wait a minute, because we have another guest that's in here. What's up, Fast King, man? We haven't seen you in a while. How you? Oh, you don't look like you're in hell anymore. The lights have changed.
I had to turn them down. Everybody was telling me my lights were too spicy, so I turned down my lights. Hi, how are you?
Okay, so before we get into wow, so some other commentary. Who's your favorite character so far, man? Who's your favorite character?
Clemson Mern. Clemson Mern, the black mercenary leader. It is. I actually I specifically asked Roz earlier if he could please stop sending me any media where you see like toxic males going through growth periods and becoming they're going through a confusing period where they're becoming better people. I would really like for that to stop, because it's like, bro, I'm watching I'm pretty sure that's not in the current episode, but you're going to begin to see as he's going through his own interpretation of becoming a better person because he's made a lot of mistakes in the past. They kind of hinted at it in the show, and you see him just kind of he's like, I'm trying to be a better person, and it's just like, you're doing a terrible job, but we're going to enjoy watching this because this is fun. I am truly enjoying this show. It's a surprise. I didn't expect to see this. I was watching trash anime, and this got dropped into my lap, so I'm very appreciative for it. I do see I see some hatred coming from Ty. I'm anxious to hear what he has to say so I can smash it down. Go.
But before we get to Ty, let me go ahead and get to Flacco. Talk to us, man. So first of all, do you have a favorite? Do you like the show?
No. I don't listen, the dance sequence at the beginning, I was like, okay, this is kind of funny and hilarious, and I was like, that's kind of cool. Fucking butterflies, I'm sorry, but the enemy is butterflies. We go from intergalactic starfish to butterflies, bro. Why are butterflies bad? Butterflies are good for nature. What the hell is going on right now? I don't get it. I'm like, what is happening? It's just, I don't know, man. I watched it because it was new and it's free. And I was like, okay. And there are moments in the show where I'm like, oh, it's kind of funny. But then I'm like, no. I don't know. I mean, I'm going to finish it because I started it, but
let me at least ask you, do you have a favorite character yet?
In what?
Wow.
In the show?
Yeah.
Man, I mean, no. I mean, John Cena is the only dude who's doing a whole bunch of stuff. I will say this: there's some redeeming qualities. One, Adebayo humanizes the show in a completely different way, and I kind of like that. And I want to know more of her backstory because I don't know what the hell's going on with her either. The tech guy can go away. The jungle master or the judo dude can go. He's 4'2". He can go away.
Come on, man. Okay,
no,
wait. You don't just. I just give me somebody you like. Okay, so you gave me.
I mean, listen. Look. I'll give John Cena his due. He's doing his thing. So I'll do that. Eagly's kind of cool too, especially in the dance sequence where he comes in, it's and he's all like that. That part's kind of cool. So I'll give it to him too. But outside of that, I don't know. I'm right there with Ty, man. I have no clue what's going on.
All
Sorry.
Right, well, let's get this out the way. So Ty,
what's up?
I don't even know what to ask you at this point. Tell me why you don't like this. Tell me why you're wrong.
Oh, jeez. Okay, so James Gunn, let's start at the top because it's his vision, right? He's become such a one-trick pony that I'm just like, oh, I know what to expect from this guy. Like the whole musical stuff that he puts in this stuff, it only worked in Guardians of the Galaxy 1. Like when he tried to recapture that lightning in Guardians 2, didn't work. It's not working for Suicide Squad or The Suicide Squad. The movie was garbage, and then this show was garbage as well. And so that's item number one. So just right off the back, I wasn't gonna like it because again, I haven't liked this guy since Guardians 1. From a character perspective, or actually, let's go screenwriting perspective. So you know me, I don't use profanity, but if somebody uses it, I'm not going to be like, stop saying curse words. However, there is a limit, and like every other word being the F-bombs, like come on, man, like use another word, like show a little bit of creativity in your dialogue, my dude, because this is like getting gratuitous and obnoxious, and it's not even funny. So like it was one of those things where like it felt like I was watching like a dude like learning, oh, this is a curse word, I can use this now. It's like this is the best word ever. That's what it felt like. And I'm just like, yo, bro, this is so juvenile, it's not even funny. It's not even close to being funny. Get out of my face with this nonsense. So that's item number 2. Item number 3,
Good
John
Lord.
Cena. Remember how I was talking about going, what Jeff was talking about earlier? I got a list, man. This is fresh. If you had asked me this question about the Eternals when I first watched it, I would have had a big, long dissertation because like I was so mad watching that movie. But like I said, it's fresh. But yeah, so remember what Jess was talking about as far as the hero's journey and making sure that your character stays the character and doing all that backstory stuff. So tell me why all of a sudden Christopher Smith is a different dude. In the Suicide Squad movie, which is not that far away from this timeline, dude was just sitting there annihilating everything he saw. Now he's having issues. It's because a building, because he got shot and a building dropped on his face. Nah, I'm not buying it. This is a different dude. He's a little pansy waist, and I don't like him.
Okay, wait, Ty. Is there any character in the show that you do like?
No, everybody sucks. Hate everybody.
Hey.
Okay, so that we haven't had Angry Ty in a while, and
I was angry.
and Angry Ty came back. Yeah,
But I kind of agree because that's why I was like, I don't have a favorite character yet. Nothing has impressed me. Character.
I can't say two things, Dave.
John Cena playing John Cena.
go ahead.
Like that's it.
So the complaint about the butterflies, like, oh my god, they lampshaded that in the show. It's kind of self-referential, like, oh, this is absurd that we're fighting butterflies. I feel like that in and of itself is part of the humor. Criticizing it is kind of pointless because again, it is meant to be something absurd. Number 2, the hero's journey is perfectly set up with John Cena's character because he murders his hero in doing his mission, and his hero rejects his personal identity, causing him to have personal growth throughout his show. Remember, he stabbed his hero in the chest.
And
that's hero's journey.
Okay, so first of all, if you're watching, please make sure you go ahead and post if you have a favorite character of Peacemaker. Who is it? Mine isn't fair because not everybody has seen today's episode. But I will say that the Vigilante moved up to my favorite character today. I had already kind of liked him just because I was like, okay, this bootleg version of Deadpool is kind of funny to me.
Just a ridiculous human. Just a ridiculous human being.
Yeah, but I will say this: after today's episode, I was just like, I think this guy is my new favorite character on this.
It was
show.
really good to watch.
It really was, and I really like. I gotta say, I think that because some of the people have not seen today's episode, it might change a little bit, especially like with John Cena's character. Like today's episode, I gotta say, I was just like, wow, like it just went in some places where I was like, okay, like with a few characters actually. Like today's episode really did bring some stuff to where I was like, centering off being possessed by Piranha and killed. Yeah, you know, and I saw that. I thought about you, Carrie. And I was just like, oh, so your family is butterflies. All right, well, I know not to mess with you because apparently if you are a butterfly, you don't feel pain and you can kick everybody behind.
Absolutely terrifying creatures.
And Flacco, I'm mad at you, man. Like the judo master is a great character.
No, listen. Hold on. Time out. So,
I mean, you are currently enjoying Boba Fett, which is like
Exactly,
Century
like-
Village in space.
Hey,
So it's
your
like, what
opinion
more do
is-
you really got to say?
To each their own, bro. To each their own. Like
All right, come
those
on,
who like
backpedal. We wanna
those
hear
who
it.
like this, more power to y'all. Those who like Boba Fett, more power to y'all. Something that Rod said was like, hey man, like complaining about the butterflies makes no sense because they were poking fun at it at the very beginning. Cool. Make that one episode and come out with a real villain at that point. Something completely different than like, oh look, this dude's a butterfly as well. Oh my god. Rawr! Like what the hell is going on?
But it's not like the butterflies are. It's not like the butterflies are
No, I'm not done.
weak,
I'm not done. No, I'm not done. Because I gotta talk about Ty, right? Because Ty said some stuff that made a lot of sense, right? Because he said, like, listen,
Don't
I got
say
a
that.
James
Don't
Gunn
tell
movie.
him that.
I know
Don't give him
exactly
that.
what to expect from a James Gunn movie. And I gotta agree with him. It's kind of the same thing with like Ryan Reynolds now. I'm sorry, but Ryan Reynolds now, every movie he does is another Deadpool bit. Like if you've seen the movie on Netflix that came out a little while ago, he was just playing Deadpool again. He's just not playing Deadpool. And I'm like, bro, like, oh, man, you can do something else than that.
I mean,
Like, you gotta be able to do something
Deadpool, or is
else.
he just playing a Ryan Reynolds character?
Who is
Yeah, he's just
Deadpool?
Ryan,
Like
right?
literally plays the same person every single time now, and it's getting a little like ridiculous, man. And I
he's
feel the
playing
same
the
way
he's
right
saying
now,
he's
man.
just
Like I'm
playing
sorry.
Ryan Reynolds, not
Yeah,
Deadpool.
he's
Well,
playing
you
the
know
dude
what
from
he needs
Waiting.
to, dude,
Playing
show,
Van Wilder.
yeah,
Like,
dude,
that's just how he
show
acts.
some sort of ability to play something else than the same exact person every single movie.
I did enjoy Free Guy though.
I mean, does John Cena not play the same character in every movie?
No, clearly
TV
not.
show?
Not in every single movie, nah. But I haven't seen all those movies. I only know one movie that he's ever been in.
I love John Cena's performance in that when he did that side by side with Daniel Day-Lewis. Absolutely epic. It was wonderful,
Incredible.
poetic. It tugged at my heartstrings.
Mm.
I was incredibly moved.
The monologue was peerless.
Chef's kiss. Mwah, chef's kiss. I don't mind a typecasted character, especially if it's played well and the storyline is complemented by it.
Who's the guy? Who's the guy that always says, "I'm going to come and get you"? And Neil. What is
Liam
it?
Neeson.
Liam
I don't
The
like that.
typecast character.
He's got
Yeah.
a movie that's about to come out, and it's
Yeah.
along the same premise is taken. It's just
Well,
a
yeah,
different
but Liam Neeson, like if you're in a movie with him, you know that somebody's gonna snatch you up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's just
Yeah.
that's just the way it's gonna work.
Whether
It's
it's
just like,
wolves,
Okay with
whether
the
it's
typecasted character as long as he's
I couldn't watch the wolf movie. I couldn't watch the wolf movie. I got to tell you, I
No?
really couldn't watch the wolf movie. No, man, I just like him fighting wolves. To me, I think was where I drew the line. I'll be honest with you.
I
Like,
skipped that one.
yeah, like that. That's where I was just like, no, it can't be taken with wolves. Like, who are the wolves taking? Like, no. At this point,
Oh, my
like,
daughter.
we have to stop. Bree says everyone has moved from Ty's opinions are wrong to Flacco's opinions are trash.
I mean, they are demonstrably and empirically trash. I will say, scientifically, factually wrong.
Hey, listen,
You
though,
don't
man.
need-
You know what? Though I feel
you
good
need-
though. I feel
You
good
don't need
because
dark side.
what
You
but
don't.
Ty and Flacco, like it's good because like Ty has somebody now, and that makes this show better because Ty's
True.
not alone. And we can make a new shirt that says Ty and Flacco are wrong. And I will say this though, in Flacco's defense to what was said earlier about him liking Boba Fett but not liking this. You're talking about a die hard Star Wars, like
I understand.
read every single thing that's ever existed fan in him.
So did I.
Everyone just wants to. We just want to see Boba Fett in his final Weetabix adventures. Boba Fett needs Wheaties in space. Like
So did I.
he looks. I've only seen parts, but it doesn't look or sound good, especially from what you guys have said. You guys did not sell me on Boba Fett. Like even Flacco, the person who really loves Boba Fett. Nobody sold me on this. This is terrible.
Thundercat's in Boba Fett. Just FYI, if you know who Thundercat is, he's in Boba Fett.
Wow.
That's all I have to say.
Machete is in Boba Fett.
Machete is in Boba Fett. And
Bro,
I thought that
okay.
was weird. It was the weirdest. I was like, oh, Machete's here. Like Machete, he survives everything.
Who's the executive producer, David?
True. Never mind. So that does make sense.
Ooh.
Never mind.
He brought him on
Yeah.
just because. Yeah.
Exactly.
He brings, but it's good though because he should get work all the time. Like he
Robert
really should.
Rodriguez is, I will only do this series
As
Okay.
long as Mitchell in it.
as long as I get to bring
Listen,
Danny
nepotism.
Trejo into this movie. Series.
Okay, so I gotta say I appreciate you guys jumping on Thursday, man. I hope everybody watches Peacemaker. It, you know, contrary to a couple people's beliefs, it's a really good show. And I do want to say one thing. I want to bring back in just our special guest that has popped in and say I appreciate him sincerely. And if you get a chance, please make sure you check out his YouTube page. It's youtube.com/makeemlaughfilms. So J. Jonah Jameson, man, we appreciate you coming on, man.
Thank you for having me. I apologize for being on mute those couple times. I'm a little out of practice because of the pandemic, but I will do better next time. And yeah, bring me photos of Spider-Man. Thank you.
He's paying for photos of Spider-Man, ladies and gentlemen. So listen, man, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna sign out. It has been absolutely fantastic. Watch Boba Fett, make up your own opinion if you like it or if you're not, because I'm pretty sure we're gonna have this conversation and hopefully the show gets better. Eternals apparently is getting the thumbs down, and Peacemaker, despite two people's beliefs, is 2 thumbs up. So right now it's getting the Geeking Out on a Tuesday stamp of approval, minus the typical one we know is going to be minus because he's usually wrong. And but he's got a new partner in crime in Flacco. So listen, we appreciate you. Just like to see what you like. We're wrong together.
Trash pandas. Trash pandas.
So listen, man, Just Chat in the half from the West Side. Thank you for joining us. That Director Ty. I'm gonna come to you last. Hold on, not yet. But King Pharaoh, man, thank you for coming back, man. We missed you. Glad to have you. Nicole, as always, thank you very much. Roz, love the new hair. I can't wait to see what it looks like next time. And Flacco, no matter how wrong you are, you'll always be right in my heart. But I did want to come back and say to That Director Ty, I do want to give another congratulations for winning yet another award for his show called Nagging Rights. If you
Black
can check
excellence.
it out, please
excellence.
make sure you put the streaming channel link up if you can. And everybody who is going to watch the replay, if you're watching now, if you're on here, please make sure you go and subscribe to the streaming. It is like, I think all of $2, right?
Yeah, $2 for a month or $15 for the year.
There you go. And then you get to stream all the new content. You'll be able to watch the show. We're going to be adding new content on there on a regular basis starting soon. So please check it out. I am D to the J. This is Geeking Out on a Tuesday, on a Thursday. And again, if you watch replay, like and share. We appreciate you. Peace, everybody.